Here we have for sale our September 2020 on a 70 plate Volkswagen Transporter. This is the T6.1, so the facelifted 6th generation of the Volkswagen Transporter. This one is the T32, which means it's got a 3.2 ton gross vehicle weight. But I'll explain why that's very important for any business users watching this a little bit later on in the video. This one has got the 2-litre bi-turbo TDI diesel Euro 6 engine producing 199 PS, which is roughly 199 brake horsepower, finished in the fantastic deep black pearl. And this is the long wheelbase Highline Kombi DSG 7-speed automatic gearbox, but crucially this is the 4Motion, which means it is 4-wheel drive. And what we're going to do in this video, we'll have a little walk around. I'll show you the spec that you get on a Volkswagen Transporter Highline DSG Kombi of this age. We'll also talk you through the optional extras which are on this vehicle from factory, what's been done to it after that as well for further enhancements. We'll talk about the service history that comes with the vehicle and also have a really close look at its condition in detail, seeing as the vehicle is currently available for sale with us here at Bridgend Van Centre. So starting here then at the rear of the vehicle, we can see that this one of course is spec'd with a rear glazed tailgate. So a tailgate is one door which comes up like so, and glazed of course meaning it has got the rear glass that you see here. We can tell this is from factory because one, it's got the rear wiper, but also it's got the heating elements there in the rear screen as well. Now a couple of bits immediately here which we can see have been added or changed. So the first thing to note is the lovely rear spoiler, which is at the top of there, and then also down below here then this nice carbon fibre effect rear bumper protector as well. So two nice little bits which have been added there. And again, I can immediately see there's a optional extra here, and that is the reversing camera, which you can see there as well. So that's an optional extra, but the rear parking sensors, which you can see down there, nicely integrated into that rear bumper, they come as standard on the Highline model. In terms of condition here then, I mean, you can see there's a lovely gloss to the paintwork, and just see how sort of mirror finish this is. It is looking very, very clean and tidy. You are going to get a couple of tiny little touch-ins here or there. So I can see there's one just there, which we've just neatly, of course, touched in the correct color, but that is like a very small chip. And there's a couple of tiny little marks just low down here on the rear bumper as well. But as I say, generally speaking, as you can probably see, that is in lovely, lovely condition here at the back. And as I mentioned, 4Motion, which is the crucial part of this van. That's probably its one of its most unique points, really, is that it's four-wheel drive. Opening up the rear tailgate, then we can start to have a look inside the back of the van, and you can see that this one again is not quite standard in the back of here again. So this has been thoroughly carpet lined, insulated, soundproofed in the back of here. You can see they've done the sides, they've done the headlining. There's some nice LED spotlights up there as well, and you can see this one being the long wheelbase, just this extra space that you get in the back of here. So to give you an idea, a short wheelbase doesn't have that extra tie down point there, so the rear seats would probably be closer to this sort of line, so you get that extra roughly 400 millimeters there in the back, which just makes a big difference. Being a factory Kombi, then you get this nice hard wearing but soft touch rubber flooring here in the back, and you can also see, as I mentioned there, those tie down points in the back as well. There's also a couple of other bits of here. People who are eagle-eyed Volkswagen connoisseurs will notice a couple of other bits in here, and that is these bulges here on the sides. That tells us that this van has got twin electric side loading doors. This is where the motors are housed for those electric doors, but that's always a quick way of telling whether it's got electric doors or not, is by those these little humps here on the side. You can also see those seats are not quite standard as well. This is the correct placement of the jack here in the back, but yeah, before we move around, just a lovely condition here in the back. You can also see it's all carpeted on the inside of the tailgate there as well, and this handy pull down handle there to shut the tailgate once you're done. Moving then around to the driver's side of the vehicle, and this is where I like to look in these reflections down the side of the van, just looking for any signs of any ripples, signs of previous repairs. And yeah, hopefully the camera is conveying that accurately, but you can again just see this sort of mirror finish on the side of the van. It's looking very, very clean and tidy indeed. And yeah, there's no signs of any previous paintwork or filler, anything like that. I can see that it's looking very, very smart indeed. down the side of the van. Of course, our guys go to great lengths preparing these vehicles, just getting them absolutely as good as possible. And you can see the results here are very, very smart indeed. I'm just looking to see if there's anything I can point out. Again, just little touch-ins, maybe anything like that. There's a couple of tiny little touch-ins just here. I'd say that's like a small little chip. Let's go on to the wheels then. So this one has got a lovely set of alloy wheels, and these are the Momo Revenge 20-inch, the satin black or matte black alloy wheels. These are a gorgeous set of alloys, and I think on a black van like this, they do suit it very, very well indeed. The van has been lowered on lowering springs, so only 35 millimeters, but it just improves the stance to the vehicle there and just lets those wheels sit in the arches that little bit nicer. But I think 35 millimeters is certainly not over the top on the lowering, so you're certainly not taking away from the practicality of this van. Now, I mentioned twin electric side loading doors, and that is a big, big bonus on this van. So there's a number of ways you can open those doors, just as I did there, just by pulling on the handle once. You can do it off the key, so there's buttons on the key. There's also some buttons on the dashboard just through there, and on the inside there's a handle in here as well, so give that a pull from the inside and you can operate the doors that way as well. That then shows us the rear seats in the back. I mean, just having twin side loading doors is a big bonus on these vans, but electric doors is a really nice touch indeed. Having a look at these rear seats then, you can see these have been fully reupholstered in leather with this very nice contrasting stitching. So you've got this double sort of Bentley stitch, as people call it, this sort of double diamond stitching. You can see there's ISOFIX compatibility, and that is across all three of the seats there. So you can see the little emblem there on the seat. So you've got ISOFIX compatibility across all three of those seats, and the nice little R badge there, which is a little nod to the R division of a Volkswagen. Looking here then in the back of the van, you can just see again how clean and tidy this is. The floor, our guys literally clean even under the seats, all these rails and everything. As they go to great lengths preparing these vans. You can see the condition here of the back of the front seats, plastics down below, very, very clean and tidy indeed. Plenty of versatility with these seats, of course, as well. So pulling on this tab here, that allows you to fold the back of the seat down. Same with this one here, that allows you to fold that single one down in half as well. And of course, these seats are completely quick release and removable as well. Then when you want to shut the door, you can pull on the handle like that, step away, and it will do its thing there and shut for you. You can also see here while we're there's a nice set of side bars and also roof bars which have been added onto this particular van. Having a look inside the cab then, there's plenty more to talk about inside here. So if I move these little paper mats out of the way, you can see again another factory optional extra here than that. This one has got cab carpet. So as standard, these come with the same flooring which you see in the back, that sort of rubber flooring, but cab carpet is a nice factory optional extra. You can also see here, of course, this one is spec'd with the twin single captain seats in the front, which gives you the twin adjustable armrest, which is a big favourite of mine, just being able to alter either of these individually as you like, using this little dial underneath here. And of course the leather trim continues here into the front as well. It looks so nice in the front of this van. 2 full remote keys come with the vehicle, and as I mentioned, if I show you this key, you can see there are buttons here to operate the twin side loading doors just there as well. Leather multifunctioning steering wheel with really little to no wear on the steering wheel as well, which is of course always a nice touch, nice to see that. And on a Highline you do get adaptive cruise control as standard, so that's a nice little feature there, which is on the left hand side of the steering wheel. On the right hand side then you've got your onboard computer controls here, which is this up here in front of us. You can see the mileage there, 52,575 miles. You can see it's all idling correctly there, no warning lights or anything like that on the dashboard. Plenty of storage up here on the dashboard. There's a 12-volt socket up there, and also some nice handy cup holders as well. You've got auto-activated lights, auto-activated wipers. If we go over to the driver's door, you've got electric windows, electric heated and folding mirrors there as well. Into the centre then, and then another big factory extra on this particular van is that this one has got Discover Media satellite navigation. So that is, there's a few benefits of that. One being that it gives you this larger flush screen here in the centre. So as standard, the Highline will come with a slightly smaller screen here. Another benefit, of course, is having satellite navigation, which we can see here in front of us. But the main thing for me, which I think is the biggest bonus having Discover Media satellite navigation, is that it gives you wireless App Connect. So the standard screen on a Highline gives you App Connect, but it is wired, so you need to plug your phone into one of the sockets down there, and that then gives you App Connect. So not only have you got a bigger screen to display it on, but once you've got your phone connected to this via Bluetooth, it will give you the option of having Apple CarPlay or Android Auto completely wireless, which is a really nice, seamless feature in my opinion. Heated windscreen, that comes as standard. Another optional extra then, this one's got heated front seats. Air conditioning comes as standard, and then as I mentioned over here on the left hand side, sorry for the sun by the way, these are the controls there for the electric doors, and you can turn the system off. So if you've got children in the back and you don't want them opening up the door as you're coming to a stop, then you can turn the system off completely there using that. 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox, I mentioned right at the start of the video. One of the best, I've said this many times in videos before, but in my opinion, one of the best automatic gearboxes in any van on the market. I think it is very, very good indeed. Now, service history. So we have evidence of 4 previous services being carried out on this particular van. So it's lovely to see that it has been very, very well maintained throughout its entire life. The first 2 of those services were carried out in Volkswagen dealers, and then the further 2 have actually been done with us at our van specialist workshop, which is Bridgen Van Care. So we actually supplied this vehicle to its second owner a little over a year ago, who are a local company that we've dealt with for a long, long time. Director there had this van from us, and thankfully it's always nice to see that. So they've been back to us and using our workshop, which is Bridgen Van Care, and we've been keeping on top of it. So we've carried out 2 full services on this vehicle, keeping on top of it for that customer as well. During our preparation then, just of course getting it ready for sale, we've given it a multi-point health check, of course, just to absolutely double check everything. So it's got a clean bill of health now, absolutely ready to go with a new MOT on it also. Looking around then to the front of the vehicle, and some more upgrades here around to the front. So we have got gloss black grills. So all of the grills up here at the top and the bottom there have all been changed for gloss black examples, and that, especially on a black van like this, really does set it off very, very well. And you can also see here front parking sensors as well. That comes as standard on the Highline model. Front fog lights, and also a nice front splitter there, which has been added as well there, just down below at the bottom. That's been added. But yeah, look, condition-wise at the front here, you're going to get a few stone chips. It is very windy here today, so a bit of dust has flicked up. You're going to get a few little stone chips dotted around on the bonnet, of course, as you'd find on any used vehicle. You can see just a couple just here. But generally speaking, lovely condition there again. And then finally, looking down the passenger side of the vehicle, you can just see how clean and tidy that is. There again, no signs of any ripples, dents, previous repairs. You can see again just a little touch-in just there on the door. But it's a very good looking van in lovely order, it must be said. If we open up the passenger side side-loading door, then this just gives you another look of the seats from this angle, having a look at the condition just there. You can gain access into the back with the single seat just by pulling on that handle, and it gives you a bit of access there into the back. And as I mentioned, you can remove that seat individually as well, and that's again another factory optional extra on this van, that it has got the 2 plus the 1 rear seating configuration. Finally then, opening up the passenger door, just having a look here, having a look at the passenger door card, the step, sorry about the mats flying everywhere, having a look at the seats from this angle as well. You can just see how clean and tidy this is. Full book pack, of course, there with the vehicle, and we've got, as I say, all the service history as well, which comes with it. So just to summarise then, this is a September 2020 on a 70 plate Volkswagen Transporter T32. I did mention right at the start of the video why that's important. So T32 is classed as a commercial vehicle for tax purposes. So if you're director of a limited company, you can run this vehicle through your business as a commercial vehicle. Of course, speak to your accountant about that. I'm not an accountant, but that is the one that will keep the accountant happy, is the T32. So it's a T6.1, so the facelifted 6th generation of the Volkswagen Transporter, 2-litre bi-turbo TDI diesel engine, 199 PS, which is roughly 199 brake horsepower, 7-speed DSG automatic gearbox, and it is the 4Motion Highline long wheelbase Kombi in deep black pearl. Whole host of factory optional extras, main ones of course being twin electric side loading doors, Discover Media, satellite navigation, reversing camera, and of course there's others on here as well. But a really, really nice van, lovely styling, leather interior, carpet lined and insulated in the back, full service history with it. So it's a very, very compelling offer, especially we're starting to see these T6.1s now Maybe the new Transporter, which is sort of due to arrive with customers, I don't think that's quite getting the reception that Volkswagen maybe had hoped, and we're actually starting to see values on these start to climb, which is quite remarkable really, and just shows the following that these have. If you'd like to see the full advert, if you haven't seen already, please head over to our website there, bridgeendvans.co.uk, and that's where you'll find the full advert, including the price, the description and the photography of this particular van, and of course all of the others that we've currently got here for sale. We can arrange delivery nationwide, we can arrange part exchange on cars or vans, and of course we can arrange finance at very competitive rates, whether that be for a business or for a private individual. Thank you very much for watching.